Welcome to the True Mark. A world without the spirit. It can't be possible
Yeah,
because Jesus died on that cross and he brought the spirit. And by having the spirit, the whole world has it.
yeah.
Everybody in the world as a human being has the spirit.
Everyone has a portion of the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends how much you're fed or you're led within the spirit or you're studying the Bible or you're going to church or just everyday things that are tasks in life that bring a spiritual nudge to each individual. Depending on what God wants to attract you or nudge you to it, get your attention to see something. So, what I was saying a little bit earlier, when you're nudged to something and you wonder why you were attracted to something while your spirit got attracted to it. It wasn't like you and as an individual, it was your spirit got attracted to it to draw you
Yeah,
to
felt that
that.
connection.
So, and it's because Jesus died on that cross that gave us the abilities to have a spirit within us by having that nudges in different directions. It stole the spirit within everybody and all of us individually that have that spirit. But what levels is your spirit?
Yeah.
Are you a 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 80, 1 out of 90?
And you could tell how it is depending on how you are as a person.
Your reactions to
Mm-hmm.
life, the way your abilities are, like church going people that go to church and they have their ways of life and they gain that abilities in church, but you're being nurtured. Your spirit's only getting nurtured, not fed.
Mm-hmm.
A fed spirit is going to be always aware of things around yourself and you're more alert because you got a fed spirit. A fed spirit from a nurtured spirit are two different things
Yeah.
because the world's full of people and all of us in the world are full. We all have the spirit, but like I said before, we're in levels. So a nurtured spirit, like my understanding is to say, is it's little spurts of acknowledgement of the fruits of the tree. A fed spirit gets to see all of the fruits of the tree that offers you.
Mm-hmm.
But so is the world, have no spirit? Absolutely not. It has all has spirit. It's like I said before, like how much do we have?
Yeah, like how much helps you.
It's like going to school. As a human, to feed our minds, you go to school for knowledgement. Well, a spiritual thing it's like a school as well. When you feed it feeds the spirit within us, and it's a living thing within our shell of our temples are our shell, and you have to feed that. You have to feed it, and or live your life the way you are and just have nurtures, just have little pieces. It's like you could go to a lottery store and buy a ticket and wish that to win that lottery, but the guy who wins the lottery is like the guy who wins the spirit that has
Oh
a
yeah.
fed spirit is a winning lottery.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a nurtured spirit is the one that's going to that lottery ticket to buy that ticket and hope and wish that they could win. But a fed spirit is the winner already.
Yeah, that's completely true.
So life is a great place. Like I mean, I'm new at what I'm doing, and I'm new at within the spirit. I always knew I had the spirit though. I
It just
always
wasn't
did.
strong.
But even when I got into trouble when I was a young kid, it's because my spirit was so weak and I didn't have a clue about the spirit. But I know now. But I mean, do I wish I would have known then? I wouldn't be who I am today
Exactly.
if I would have wished I'd changed my past. But I am who I am today because of my past. But I mean, the whole thing is, I would like to show people out there that you do have that spirit, but you could also just have a nurtured spirit. And that's why you could fall into trouble, you fall into the wrong ways because your spirit's not fed and it's not nurtured in a full manner. If you're only getting little pieces and bits, you got that opportunity to fall into trouble and fall into bad ways of life because you're you're just living not in denial, but just a non-nurtured spirit.
Mm.
Because I mean, God sent Jesus on this earth, to give us a course and to bring that spirit. So we all have it. But I mean, where are you with it? And if you're getting into trouble and you're doing a bunch of crazy things, means your spirit is very, very weak or really, really down. But I mean, even a troubled person, their spirit is brought up and little nurtures because I mean, God's trying to connect to you
Yeah.
and trying to draw your attention and pay attention to it because then you'll see the message that God's trying to bring into you. And if your spirits become more feder, your abilities to see God's nurturing or messages are going to be more revealed because your temple is becoming alive within yourself, and that's that spirit that God, brought Jesus and promised us, and we all have it. So it's up to us to try to pay attention to understand it and grow with it and live with it. Well, like you said, to live by the Spirit, like I mean, it will lead you. If you're led in the wrong way, I don't have to say anything. If you're led in the wrong way, it means your spirit's is really weak and really down. But if your spirit's fed, you're going to be led into better places. Your workplace will be smoother, be more understanding. Your driving skills become better. And even if you get a ticket, you'll understand because your spirit's going to allow you not to, swear at the officer, but the officer's, doing his job. But I mean, to get his points for the government is his job. Like I mean, everybody has his job. But I mean, that if the officer had a good spirit, like a fed spirit, he'd catch more criminals. He'll catch more criminals because he has a fed spirit. But if he has a nurtured spirit, he's only going to catch the odd ones. It's the same thing. The system within the system, it becomes a system. Like I mean, if you're only going to have nurturing, you're only going to pick up on small things. If you're fed, you're going to pick up on broader things. Yeah. So that's all life, and all means what you're doing. I don't care who you are, what you are, or where you are. We all have
like the chance to do that. Everyone has a chance to like do that.
Yeah, because God brought it. God brought Jesus, and Jesus brought the Spirit.
Yeah, that story's in the book for a reason.
Yeah, well, the Spirit is out there, and it's always been here. But I mean, a non-fed spirit is a nurtured spirit, and that's a nurtured spirit. Like I said, if you're getting a little bit of stuff from your church, and you feel glorious, and not because you're being nurtured that day. So, but if you're being fed, you're gonna be able to really enjoy that day and every day because you're gonna
have more control over the situation.
Yeah, because you're gonna be more aware and you're gonna be looking for all the gifts that you're rewarded for because it is a gift. Life becomes a real gift because once you're understanding that you have that spirit within you. And a nurtured spirit's only going to get, like I said, small. a fed spirit, your rewards are phenomenal. You know? So, like, I don't know, like, what else to say. Like, I mean, there's, like, I could go on and on and on. But I mean, the message is for us to really bring out to people is that when God's nudging you in a way,
Listen.
when you get attracted to something and you look, and that's God's nudging, and that's that spirit within you that draws your attention to even a successful thing, and all of a sudden you wonder, well, how did I get that idea? How did that happen? Well, God nudged you that way to draw you, and then all of a sudden you got this really gifted thing that you could profit from and feed your family and do whatever. That's still a gift from God, but more so it's because your spirit, it was more advanced, because even if you didn't even know that you've been advanced, but all the things that you've been around, like on shows on TV or things at your workplace, that all the positive things came into your spirit, picked up. So when you got a stronger spirit, you got better chances of abilities of other avenues like that nudge that made you become very successful, because
Yeah.
that was where your spirit was, that brought you there. And sure, like I mean, when you get there and then you got all these people that kind of get your obstacles and or your thoughts in the right line, so you become more famous and more broader, because all your dots are being lined, because you got management and all kinds of people. It's not just you no more, it's other people that are surrounded you to become to make you that star.
Yeah.
Right? And it all came from that one little nudge that led you to that place where you became famous. And that's the spirit within all people.
Everyone, yeah.
Everybody has that ability to have that, not just certain people. But like I said before, being nudged into something, it's still a success, but it all depends where you're at, and how much you're being fed within that nudging. So, and again, with where I speak of the keys to heaven, it's a full meal. So when you get the full meal, you got more abilities to see and where you're at. That's all.
Definitely, yeah.
So the world is a great place, and being spiritually fed and full, it's your world to become a better place.
Like you always say, though, you say, oh, my brain just like lost its train of thought.
It's all right, it'll come back. But I mean, life becomes a better place. That's all I say. When you can understand, you know, Jesus Christ came for a reason and brought the Spirit, but now it's to recognize it and what you really have is a real gift, and it all comes from God and Jesus Christ. The next time.